and welcome back to Oplio, and today is new build day, and I have no idea what I've got myself into. So it looks like a wooden building of a cello that I bought. No idea of age or anything or how many pieces, and there's nothing on this box which tells me anything. So I'm kind of thinking it's for a younger model, so it should be quite quick because of the design is indicated towards learning. So let's have a look at what we have. So get the noisy bit out of the way, guys. It's going to be probably noisy, and we will see how simple or long, or maybe it'll come in one piece and it's not a model at all. That would be funny. I'm just trying to see here if I can even see what size age it is, but no, nothing. I have nothing. Oh, it was reasonably quiet until then. Okay, so let's see what we have in our box. Okay, one goes from the side. Alright, this is what we have. So we have a music box. I don't see that it's got anything's going to move on it, so I think it's a stationary build. We have some metal parts, some plastic pieces as well, lots of collars on it. It's Butterfly Fairyland. Oh, hold on. This is all stuck together also. Oh, can I get it out? Okay, get rid of the box. People will no doubt play with that. It's only 3 sheets, I think. Let's see if I can get this plastic off. These picky things are really helpful. Alright, I think it's 3 sheets of wood, so I think it is going to be quite straightforward, she says. Maybe it'd be a bit like the carriage clock where they say it's for a younger person, and I actually found it quite challenging. So, happy to learn and grow. Not suitable for 0 to 6, it says, probably because it's got small parts. I don't think it's going to move, although maybe it will. I actually don't know. So, oh, okay, it's a sheet. Oh gosh, it's only 2 pages. It's going to be a quickie. And we have our metal parts here. Does it give us any details on here of what sort of age it's meant to be for? Just not suitable for under 6. So I don't know. And it just tells us this is all about the assembly. Does it start building? Oh, it starts building here. Okay. So we've got 1.5 pages for it, and they have another one in the set. They have a little merry-go-round and also a gramophone. I'm trying to think of the name. Okay, so I have no idea. I still don't have any idea. Let's have a quick look at these pieces and we will get on. One of these is a tool that I can see for starters. And this. So I received my new glue bottles, wood glue bottles. So I will get those ready and get a few pieces out so we can make a start. Okay, so it does show you on instructions even what's going to come on each step, which is kind of nice. So like here, you can see what you're going to need up here. Doesn't show you this part, but generally it will show you the parts that you're going to be needing for each step, which is rather nice. I also found out that this has, because it says right at the top here, 143 pieces. It's a difficulty level of 4, and it should take 90 minutes. So still don't have an age or anything, but you know, maybe that's a good thing, because it tends to be when they put an age in it goes against it. So this rod here with the end on needs to go in here and turn it while pushing in anti-clockwise, it says. Pressing while twisting. I am trying. I can't see it being that difficult, but it does seem to be. Okay, I've got the first bit in. You have to push quite hard. That isn't why I stopped. It's because the postman was coming. I knew the dogs would all bark. So it goes all the way in. You have to push quite firmly. Okay, let me get that last bit in. Like I say, it's quite a firm push. Okay. don't forget with your wooden pieces, and you can press these out. I haven't had to use my crafting knife. They did provide sandpaper. I've got my own type of thing. They also provided a tiny piece of wax paper, and we have some screws and a winder, and we are going to be using those in this step. So they want it fed from the back like this, so that the writing is on the front, and that is where the screws are also going to go in. So it goes like, can't go like that. Let's see, like so. There's, I can see the screw holes. And then just line them up, and they did also provide a screwdriver. I don't think it's magnetic, but it's okay. I do tend to use these screwdrivers. So being it's a wind-up assembly, it shouldn't come broken in reality. And we will be putting on the key for that, and we can give it a couple of turns. That's it though. That's as far as my brain will go while we do the other pieces. Because the next piece is fitting on some sleeves onto some shafts basically, and then putting the ends on the shaft sleeves on using our little tool, which means that they need to go in about 4mm. So just get these in. Don't worry, I'm not going to make you be painfully watching other simple things, but I've started, got to finish. You know how that goes. I did not realise this build would be as simple as it is actually. Okay, alright. I don't know that we get it done in one go. Maybe. And then just put your winder on and let's give it a turn or two. They have this in there. I wonder what that's for. Maybe I should play with it in case. Okay. Or maybe I should. There we go. And that's what it looks on the back. Okay. Next we are going to do these shafts, and we're going to be using this tool, which is a 4mm. So you want to push your shaft into the sleeve and then push it on the edge so that it goes at 4mm. And these won't take a minute to do, shouldn't. And the next piece is very repetitive, so I definitely won't be showing you the whole thing. And you use 16 parts, so it was a lot of sanding there. So when these go in, you just want to be careful that you don't move the measurement, because it has to be 4mm. Then we are going to go in from the bottom into, there's 4 holes here, into here, and push it all the way down. So like I say, carefully don't move those shaft sleeves. And you could always check it afterwards, but I'm avoiding mine like the plague. So we don't need the screwdriver again, I don't think. I don't think we need this yet, but we will be needing it. So then it looks something like that, which is pretty cool looking, isn't it? And we are then going to put 16 of these on, so there's 14 on each side. So just make sure I get this right. Don't think I can get it too wrong, but you never know. And you just want to push them in, so, and push all the way down. And like I say, there's 16 altogether, so you're going to pile them up, and this one goes this side. You could do one side if you want, you know, you can really mix it up to your heart's content here and, you know, enjoy what you're doing. Let me get the rest of these in for you. Alright, so as usual, I've forgotten to record. But anyway, this is where we were on this, so that's all done. Next, we are going to be using this piece with some rivets, basically. Whoops. and then 3 pieces which are going on, which I did colour, and I did explain that. So this one's just yellow. I don't know how much of this you're going to see when on the build. This one I did yellow. I always put the colour at the bottom, because on that clock I kind of regretted not doing some of the colour. And then I did a butterfly, which I did purples and pinks, which doesn't really show very well on the camera at all, really. It is rather, like I say, I keep saying it's very bright in here right now, and with some little red dots. So that's what I did for those. Right, and what we're going to do is put together. So if I can see where it is, so we are first of all going to go through this piece with these rivets. So I'm going to do that first. Do it kind of all the way down. Should have coloured the tops of them, shouldn't I? And I'm just using acrylic marker pens that I tend to use. Don't very often use the purples. I use 2 different colour purples on the little butterfly, but you can't really tell much of the difference. But I also, this wood, I only needed 1 coat, which is not too bad. So then we are going to have, with it facing like this, the butterfly that way round. Like I say, not 100% sure how much you're going to end up seeing of any of it, really. And go careful, careful does it. Alright, oh, couldn't see that anyway. That's a butterfly. There we go. Got my little glue pot there. Well, hopefully won't need that. And then we have our star, which the rivets are also going to go through. And this doesn't matter really which way round you do, as long as you do put it on. You line it up first before. Oh. Keep moving it out the way. And then we are going to get and do some gears next. So I don't think we attach this to anything right this moment. And put that all the way down. So it looks something like so. Looks nice and colourful, doesn't it? I kind of, like I say, I kind of regretted not doing it so much for the clock, that little carriage clock that I did. And then we are going to put that in here. It was lined up. I moved it a bit. Huh. 1 second, let me get that lined up. There's one, so I say didn't go in at all. Now I'll make sure I got it the right way. So you want the long part of this pointing towards here. Right, there's our line. And when I put it on the back, it always seems like it's moved, which is not very helpful. Well, they're a pretty tight fit there, but they are in as far as they're going to go, and that's what we end up looking like. So I'm going to get some gears ready now, and you can see what this is going to do. This is going to sit on top of here, and that's going to be our cello base. I didn't glue any of this. Don't think it needs it right now, although I'd rather that it was a little bit more taut there. We'll see if anything comes in to help that. So let's get these gears ready. Put these both to one side for now, and we will get this done. Okay, again, I put a little bit of colour on them. Don't know how much is going to be seen. So first of all, we put into this one. It doesn't really matter which way, except for the fact one has to point this way with the shaft on it afterwards, once I can get it through. It really does. And then one has to point the opposite. Just making sure I've done it the right way round. Yeah. And then this top one goes in here through the middle hole, and again with a shaft to keep it on right to the bottom, which is a bit more difficult to do when you've got the other one in. And let's get the little tool that I had. Let's put this one in first, and then we'll sort the other one out, because the other one's popped out a little bit. And I guess you could use this tool to push it down, which I didn't think of till now. Push that all the way in, and then use the tool here to push it in. Sorry, just got everything in your way. And then we are going to put just one through here, which is going to go through the back of it. And I can pick it up, and when I can pick it up through here, like so. Again, use this. Oh, that split the wood. Don't like that. I just took a little bit of the veneer off it, followed by the shaft cover, or what's it called? Shaft sleeve. So again, you can use the hole in here to push it down all the way. Then these two will be joined, so you have, I actually wonder if I put them in the wrong way. Let's see. No, they're the right way. So this goes through the middle here of this other one with another shaft cover, I think. Yeah. Shaft sleeve, as they say. Oh, shoot, I should have waxed them. Right, let's get that done. Forgot all about that. It says make sure you do it. So I'm going to use their block and we'll see how we get on. And like I've always said with these blocks, they are quite messy. They do a good job normally. And I'm thinking they might do a better job than my actual wax, because I think with the heat that we have right now, because you know England can't cope with any heat because we don't have AC like the States. When I lived in the States we had AC, so it made it a lot more comfy. And then also around this one, my fault for forgetting, right? Make sure you put plenty in. Messy, messy. And you see what I mean about the blocks, they kind of, well, this one's not too bad actually. I was going to say they change shape, but it's not too bad. It doesn't feel very greased, but I'm sure it is. And if it doesn't work, you know what, I will get out my other grease. I just feel that that's going to dry up really quick. Okay, right, let's get rid of that. Alright, so now we've greased it, because I'd forgotten, we are going to put this on this piece, and it's going to go, it's just going to go this top shaft from the little one. No, it's going to go on this way. So it's going to go through here. If I was you, I would do that first before you put that other one on top of it, because although it didn't push everything out of place, there's not any way really that you can support this to push it in. Okay, and there we have it. That's kind of cool. Alright, let's get the next little section ready. Oh, we get to put it on here as well. I'm sure it hasn't told me to do that before. I don't think so, but I see it's done, so it must be like that. And this just goes through those 4 holes here, if I can line it up at all. Okay, should be lined up. That one's going through, that one's going through. Okay, they're all going through. So can I get them all the way through? There we go. Ow. Caught my finger. Of course I did. Alright. And that is what we have. And I think with the colours and things like that, it's really quite pretty. It's very, very loose here. Alrighty. So next we are going to get some more pieces ready. So give me a second and I'll get that done. Okay. So next, get everything out of the way. We are going to be using, wait, you go out the way a minute. Ooh, this came off something. What did this come off of? I don't see, oh no, it belongs to this. We will be putting this piece in. Go careful again, Cutter, getting this out of the form because this piece is a bit delicate. So it's got a little love heart, so I'm just going to not do it on that side. I don't like the fine tips on these, they don't come out very well. Just do that around there. Oops, missed the edge. It's because you guys are watching. And then I'm going to go around here with yellow. Again, you know, like I said before, I'm not 100% sure what shows and what doesn't. But let's get this done. And I will get that done and be back in a sec. Okay, so I'll end up something like this. I don't reckon this will be done in one day, by the way. Other thing I'm going to do, I think, even if it doesn't tell you to, get onto my sandpaper, is grease or wax the inside of this. It doesn't say to do this, but it's going to go over this cog here, so I'm kind of thinking it probably should have it on. This doesn't feel as greasy or waxy as some of the blocks that I've had. It's difficult to get in there, and I'm sure it's because you're probably meant to have enough left on the wheel, but generally more wax is good. Really, I just want to make a mess, you know. That's what I want to do. Okay, clear this off as well. Right. Got more there than I needed. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to start with these rings. So we are going to put 2 shafts into the shaft sleeves, like so. Let's make sure they're all the way in. Oops. And then you want them even, so we don't have to do like the 4mm thing like we did before. And these are going to go through here, and they're going to be held on with pieces that I haven't pulled. Okay, so we get these through, which this shaft sleeve has already moved. I will get it through, and then I'll adjust the sleeve. So you want it all the way through. You really do. Right, leave that with me and I will get the other pieces that I'm going to need. Alright, and that's what we end up with. So I did drop one of these and I can't find it. So I'm hoping we do end up with extras. We will see. So we need 3 of these for this one. They're in different places for the, don't touch these 2. I'm going to make sure that I've got this the right way around. So 3 on here, 3 on here, little spacers. 3 on here, 3 on these 2 at the bottom. These are easy to put on. I lost it sanding it. I'm sure it'll show up. Puppy's pretty much chilling with the other dogs right now, so that kind of works. I lived for that day to happen. And then we put this on, and this is going to fit on here, at the top here, and also through this hole and this hole. Okay, so I just got to get it lined up. I think, does this have to be in? No, evidently not. You'd think it would, wouldn't you? But it does not. But it does need to line up with it, but it's nowhere near touching it, so Are you sure it's meant to be 3? Are we sure? Well, this has fallen backwards for starters, so push that up and that'll push this down. So we just want to make sure that that is aligned. When we get it down, I'm sure we'll be able to line it up okay. Oh, start my music. So this one's lining up just. But it gives the impression that it lines up with this one at the bottom here, which I don't see how it would do. Kind of how it gives the impression. Then I see another picture and it doesn't, so okay. And it says make sure that these 4 are all lined up together, which they're not. So let me take that up again. So this one needs to go round one like so, basically, so that you have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, basically in a row, and I'm guessing that is going to be important. And again, it's popped up, but we want it like so. Okay. Alright, and then that is held together. It said you need 8 shaft sleeves actually. Well, I've used 2. So then the shaft sleeves go on where? On these 2. And these 2. So I don't know why I have 5 over, but it makes me think that I've done something wrong. Bear with me. Ah, it's because these 2 at the back here need 2 of these, not 1. Which still then doesn't make sense why I have. Oh, I was meant to have 8. Never mind. It's me. Can't read my instructions. But come here. So these 2 at the back here have 2, whereas the others just have 1, I think. So it's 2. 1 here. When I can catch you. And 1 here. It's looking good. And then 2 on this one without dropping it. And that would tighten this up as well from keep falling backwards. 1, 2. So I did have the right amount. Make sure these 2 are tight. Make sure that one's tight and that one's tight. So that's how that is looking, and we can turn the page. We've actually only done the first half of 1 page, which is why I'm thinking it's going to go more than 1 time. So let's see, what are we on? About 38 minutes. Maybe we can get the next step done, which is more gears. Or is it? No, it's not. Anyway, get the next step done and then we can see where we are on time. Okay, so we need these 2 pieces. Let me move that away a second. We need 2 of these and 2 of the see-through ones. So I'm going to paint these white. That's quite a big pen for this, probably. Wings should be white, right? Okay, let me just do the main part and then I'll come and get the other white one I have. Because it needs to be a bit more precise. Okay, where's my other white one? Beside me, dropping everything here. Okay, this one will be a bit more precise. Oh, still went over the edge, guys. So much for saying that. Okay. time. So this goes on these two, and we start by putting the wooden pegs in, which I didn't sand this one down, so good times. Let's get that done. Which means I probably didn't sand the other one. So you put one on each. I mean, these probably for their position don't overly need rubbing down, but it's a good habit to have for wood builds. And this goes on here, and I think this is just decorative. And then followed by B21, the bigger one of the two. This goes in like this. If I'm watching what I'm doing rather than looking at the book, it would help. So it goes in like so. And this one goes on top. Could have put some colour on the edge there, shouldn't I? Ooh, should I put a bit of purple on there? I like purple. Let's make sure I have not that end, let's have the other end. This is a slightly finer brush, it says, so I might even be able to get in between the lines here. You never know. Alright, almost done. Oops, went over the edge on that one. Oh, my phone. There we go. Alright. As I put the lid on and put it straight on me. Okay, so this one goes on there, and then that's followed by the plastic shaft sleeves, which go all the way down. I did sand that bit. What did I? I actually don't recall now seeing it, a little piece come out like that. Okay, well that's that step. Right, let's try one more. Alright, let me get the bits for the next. Oh, forgot to pause you, sorry. Oh well, now I've got you still here. That's okay. We were just sanding this piece, and this is going to go on the top here. So put that in there, like so. So you can see that there's two tabs here and two on here, and that's what we need to be hitting up, is those tabs. If I can. I mean, I'm sure I can eventually. Probably would have been easier to have done without the rest of this on, in reality. Okay, let's see if my tool will come in helpful. You need to make sure that this tab is on this side here. It says attention. It's definitely a tight fit, guys. Okay, almost. A bit more. Okay. Alright, we are in. Now I'm going to go and pull the rest of the pieces. Okay, and you have to lubricate these ones. So when I pulled these pieces, this one here actually split, and you can see it only has a tiny bit left, so hopefully that doesn't make too much of a problem. So these two get joined together, which is good because that means the thin one's down. I certainly don't want to put any pressure on it. Okay, and then we put cog A10, which is marked, and this is the one where you need to go a bit careful with that, which makes me want to put it in first, but I don't think we have any spares for this either, not that I can see. Don't see many spares for this one, so I hope I find that round circle thing, because otherwise they don't know. Okay, so that goes all the way in like so, and then on the bottom of it, this side, will go this wheel. Doesn't particularly say any direction other than fitting it on there, like so, when I can get it on there. Okay, and then this fits. It doesn't clip to anything, so it's just like sitting on it. That's very strange. And it just goes into those other cogs. Oh, I see. So this part here goes inside here. So there is going to be some movement, I think, inside that cog. Again, it almost would have been easier to have done this without all this being on. Is there a set way? It's a square. It's just getting it lined up, which is, that's a tight fit too. Let me struggle with this, guys. Okay, and that is on. It was a squeeze, I will tell you. It does go round. It feels a bit clunky to me, but it does go round and it all ties up. Shall we see if it actually works? I don't know. Well, if it's meant to move it, it doesn't, but I have a feeling it's meant to move it. I can't even see the square moving, to be honest with you. Huh. I mean, it's like attached where it should be. You've got to make sure your cogs are in, which they are, but unless that square peg moves underneath, which I don't see it doing, don't see it moving at all, actually. And now that's come out because I pushed it. I will have a play with this for next time, but I think we will. I'm trying to get this piece back in. I moved it out. I got this one all the way down and then moved this one out of position. Just a bit more. Alrighty, so I'm going to leave it as that for today, and we will hopefully finish this tomorrow. So thank you very much for watching. I do hope you are enjoying this little build. It will be a small build, but I think that looks kind of cute. I'm quite happy with the colours so far that I have given it, and if, like I say, if this is meant to move, it is not, so we will see. Alright, so do take care of yourselves. Please leave a comment and do like and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Like I say, most important, take care of you. Okay, quickly coming back on this. So I did get it working. So remember the very first step of pushing that peg in, if it's not in enough, which is the bit that goes into here, it won't work. So I had to push, and I actually turned this back portion here quite a bit, and then I felt it click in place. So now we have this working just fine. and you can see it's working well. So nothing goes on at the bottom here. There's nothing really to do, I guess. But yes, so there we have it. How cute is that? All right, I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye now. Take care. Bye.